Yep. Hello everyone. Managed to get the dash insert in. Hooked up all of my new looms and plugs. And so far everything lights up or wiggles and no smoke. That's a good thing. Today we're going to get the much as I can of the outside here hooked up. Put the radiator neck back on, thermostat housing, get her filled up with water. I think I found a place for the coil and the ignition box. Tucked up out of the way, wiring looms reasonably tucked up. Lots of extra tags for next week when I want to look at it and try to remember what's what. So today we'll get that done, and I may even try to start it. Still working on the throttle. There's a bracket I can buy. It's $100. It may come to that, but for $100 I may try to build something. We'll see. But that won't keep it from starting if it's going to start. So hopefully that's where we'll be. More to follow. I needed a longer coil wire with mounting the coil way over there. And the only one I could find with the proper specs was an XL cut to fit. Started out about 5 feet. But I didn't want the yellow. So I had in my junk drawer a fairly long piece of shrink tubing. And so I stuck her in there. Here's how it is, all baggy. And here it is, all heat shrunk down. And I'll just use a Logic marker on this part that goes back up in the little cubby hole. As per the instructions from Holly, I did run the main power leads directly to the battery. I mean, they're pretty nice. Pretty proud of reusing the battery covers for my marine style battery. Give me a couple of nice smokes. So the SCCA requires an insulative cover over all the battery posts or you won't pass tech. So I got that all nicely done. I think I'm ready to sit down and go over the setup and startup procedures. Got the radiator tube put back in, filled full of water. Water pump works. Got all the connections connected. Got them nearly permanently attached. Here's the coil lead with the shrink wrap on it. Looks nice. No longer see the XL yellow. So, with any luck, I'll have it running today. I've come up with a plan for the throttle linkage. I had bought a much cheaper than $100 aluminum unit, but it wouldn't clear all the linkages on the side of the sniper. I was able to bend one leg out, but I need to weld an extension on this leg here that will come out. And it's aluminum. I attempted to use some aluminum solder that I have used on thinner aluminum, and I just don't think I got it hot enough, or the aluminum rod's getting old, but I bailed out of it before I ruined it. With any luck, I can find a shop that will heliarc it for me tomorrow without a huge amount of, or not tomorrow, but Monday, without a huge lot of expense. We shall see. Could temporarily hook this up. This will work except it doesn't have anything to keep it from pivoting. And it's a little bit close. I need it set out just a little bit. But that's still an option. I may come up with a aluminum bracket that comes out I can bolt this to, who knows. Depends on how much they want to weld my little tab on. Well, anyway, hopefully the next video will show an attempt at starting. That's all for now. And apologies here. I think all of the videos I've made doing body work and paint work has kind of damaged the lenses on my camera case and that, so it's a little bit blurry. But here I'm trying to do the setup, but this version had more choices, and I'm trying to read and figure out what they are. Finally was able to pick the right model. And setting in the parameters. Here's the engine displacement. It's a bit touchy. Hopefully I don't have to do it again too much. I was hoping I could just hold down the button and it would scale, but you have to stab it for every change. And here I think picking the idle speed. Although I still had to manually drop down the idle speed a little later in the videos. Here again, I don't understand all the processes, so I'm learning as I'm going. Also get the opportunity to set max timing. And this also didn't stick. I may have to run through this procedure again. I set it at 34, but when I do end up getting it running, it seems to be at 36, which is fine for a small block Chevy. I had just picked 34. So we're getting there though. And to show my mistakes and things too, it get to this point and it's got a button that says start. So I hit start and it gave me an indication of something was wrong. I didn't read it very clearly, but I had taken the SD card out and made a backup of all the files on it before I started this process, and I had not stuck the SD card back in, hence it gave an error. I fixed that though. It did start, but I'm not sure what it's doing. It obviously isn't running very well. I'm looking around for anything obvious. I did find a few relatively minor fuel leaks and addressed that and continued on. And it died again. At this point, my mind's running a whole bunch of different directions, trying to think what I may have done wrong. What is it doing what it's supposed to do? I don't know. First fuel injection I've really messed with. So just kind of looking around. This is where I found some of the fuel leaks. And giving it a chance to sit there a minute, hoping maybe it'll heal up. So we shall continue and see. And it did get running better. And you can see here that the learning is now green, and the air-fuel mixture is looking much better. So looks like a gleam of hope is approaching. And it's sitting there idling at around a little over 1,000. And I'm wanting it more around 850. So I want to do it old school carburetor way, turning the idle screw out, and got her down to the 850 that I want. I know that somewhere in the system it can adjust the idle itself to some point, but I don't know how or when that comes in. So I also know that this has to be set also. So as I said, I'm learning as I go. Alrighty then. Well, it runs. It was a bit of a nerve-wracking experience as it ran really poorly at the beginning. Doesn't seem like any of the videos really show that. But I had read that the self-learning doesn't start until it gets to 160 degrees. And sure enough, when the sensor with the sniper reached 160, it changed the learning and immediately started to adjust the air-fuel ratio, and it immediately started to run much nicer. So that was good. I guess I'm just going to have to learn to trust the technology. Just a few little hiccups. I had to move my pressure gauge from here, which is the tank return, which I guess makes sense, would probably be a lower pressure, to the inlet, and it does read about 60 pounds. Shakes around a little bit, so can't get it down to the pound, but I think 58 is where it's supposed to run in that area. The only issue that I have is my cooling fans are not turning on, and I did not hook them up through the sniper, although I can. And so something I've done in the unhook stuff, move stuff, rehook stuff, I have a failure. I'll have to just check and see if I can find a fuse. Maybe I got a power feed wire. But as in putting in your stereo system in the house or video system, and you got all the wires run neatly out of the way and tied up nice and all in looms, as soon as you get that done, you have to tear it all apart. And that's what I'm going to have to do to find the breakdown on the fans. But it runs. That's a big relief. And my learning experience with new technology is on the road. So once again, thanks for watching.